What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best is super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at @6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. What's good, y'all? Sixth element of hip hop. I am your host, Reno Noir. Right now, my co-host, Spadeonomics, in the building. What's good, Spade?
What it do, everybody? What's going on, brother?
Man, we are chilling. It is Saturday, so it's normally our DC Power Hour show, which we'll still do some DC stuff, but we got a special guest today that and Sada is on the way as well, our co-host, our female perspective. She'll be in here in a minute. She's just finishing up her dinner. But we got a special guest that was here a few minutes ago, and they got technical difficulties, and so they're trying to fix their stuff and come back in, but they'll be right back. But this guy that we have coming on is on Instagram known as the Legend Collector, and I'm trying to talk to him. Nina Fuller is here for the special guest, and Stu Dog as well. Stu Dog is working overtime. Let me see. It says now the mic stopped working and the video. Oh geez.
Oh, snap.
Okay, you can turn on your mic and cam. This is what I should do. All right, you can turn on mic and cam. Usually through StreamYard. Tried going out and back in. You can tune mic and cam to turn on. Oh boy. Sorry about this, guys. Nina, welcome. Nina Fuller, welcome. Thank you for the sub. We really appreciate that for sure. And salute Diamond Onyx. Welcome. All right, let's see. He's sending me the so let's check your mic. Yeah, okay. So yeah, click. Yep. Okay, so click on the cam and mic. The unmute. And start cam. Okay. All right. Shut it down and go. Let me talk to him. All right, just shut it down, shut it completely down, and go back in again and try it from scratch. All right, we'll get him in here in a second. But anyway, so he is the Marvel Legends collector. He's the Legend Collector on Instagram, and I'm telling you guys, you see my little shelf back here. I got that whole little shelf right there. That's maybe 100 figures, and let me tell you, this guy has me on hold like you would not believe. I would not be surprised, and I'm telling you the truth, I wouldn't be surprised if he has like every single modern Marvel Legends figure that they've put out. Like it's to that level. He's definitely has hundreds of figures. He's gonna come out with a wrestling figure of himself so you can put in my collection. Spade, you gonna come out with a wrestling figure?
Yeah, I'm gonna do two different versions of them. One, with head, one without.
That'll be dope. And if you get and if DC Multiverse makes it, they're gonna sell two separate figures, one with the head, one with two different heads, same body, but a completely different head.
Yep.
And but if it's Marvel Legends, they'll just put two different heads in the box and call it a day. All right, he's trying to log in now. Oh boy, this is weird.
Technology is a trip sometimes.
I know, and he was in here. He was in here 5 minutes ago. He was in here 5 minutes ago. Man. Yeah, I'm trying to tell him how to get in. But I don't know what else to tell him at this point. Let's see. Let me try and send him another link. Yeah, StreamYard do be bugging, but I got. Let me try to send him another link.
Doc says, is it raining? Like it's probably storming somewhere. I know here in Alabama we had tornadoes and winds come through, so it knocked out a lot of people's powers and stuff the past 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's raining off and on. Let me send this through his email. All right. Yeah, because sometimes if they try to log in with their phone, sometimes it gets real picky. If they use if you use a webcam to come in, webcam usually works. But these phones get real finicky. Let me do this. And so yeah, what I just created him a whole new link and sending that now. Let's see if that looks like it's the same link. But yeah, while he's working on that, did you guys hear Tom Sizemore died? That's crazy.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, which it's crazy because he just died 61 years old. He's, the guy from Saving Private Ryan, he was in Heat, and it's actually weird because it's not weird, but Heat Part 2 is actually a thing. After all these decades, after all these years later, and Heat has a very big sort of, cult following. The movie Heat by Michael Mann with, because it's the first time you ever had Al Pacino and Robert De Niro not only share a scene, but have dialogue, back and forth. And that was something that people had always really, the actor that people had always, wanted to see De Niro and Pacino, the two titans do a scene, have a movie together. And so that's why Heat was like why it was so big, because it was the first time we got to see that. And but he was in Natural Born Killers, which is another classic. He had a big role in that. That has another cult following. But the movie Heat, the author to Heat, rather, Michael Mann, the guy that wrote the movie and all of that, wrote a novel, the sequel to the movie Heat. It's actually out there. I read it. It's phenomenal. And God damn it. And and so the rights for the movie have been optioned and they're working on a movie. So it's totally planned to be a movie. It's a classic of the 90s. It even cracked the top 20 in the 90s critics poll, and as far as like top movies, and it changed the landscape, even, and was even Christopher Nolan's main influence when he made The Dark Knight. Yeah, so he did, Miami Vice. He did a phenomenal Miami Vice that I think is super underrated. I think his Miami Vice is a dope ass movie. But his recent comments that he said about, that he wants to make a Heat sequel, it's a little concerning, because it's a classic, it's a masterpiece. You don't want to mess with a masterpiece like that. I mean, Heat is a big deal, like is a big classic. So is the sequel just going to ruin it? Or, and the film, he says, would be an adaptation of his own published novel, which, like I said, I read and is dope as hell. It totally would make a great movie, providing that they use the best stuff from it. But the setting takes place both before and after the original Heat movie. So in the same vein as The Godfather Part 2, but largely focusing on Hannah, Detective Hannah, which is Al Pacino's character, and Chris Shiherlis, which was Val Kilmer's character, the guy with the long blonde hair. He's really quiet. Those are the main characters, and because Neil, the guy played by Robert De Niro, was he dies in the movie. There he is.
Whoa.
Hey, the legend collector's here. Damien, what's good, man?
What's going on?
Well, we got some people that do you know Nina Fuller?
Nina Fuller. Yes, I do.
Okay, because she said she's here for you.
Oh, right. Sweet.
Yes. She said, I'm here for the special guest. Yeah.
I'm here for the special guest. All right.
Yeah. So so guys, this is the Legend Collector. I was just telling him about Heat. The movie Heat has a sequel coming out, and Tom Sizemore just died, and we were just kind of talking about that. But
oh wow.
Yeah, but you a fan of Heat? Remember that movie?
Oh yeah, I remember that movie. That movie was dope.
Yeah, hell yeah. Michael Mann just wrote a sequel to it, and it's a novel which I read, which is great. It would make a great movie, and apparently they are making it into a movie. But I guess Tom Sizemore won't be, being his character, which is in the book. His character was in the book. As far as I can remember, it was pretty brief. He didn't do a lot, but he was definitely there. But they could replace him with another character or even another actor. It would work out. But yeah, that's a tragedy, man, because he was a dope character in that. But all right, so here we are. So the reason that we asked you to be on the show today, Damien, is because obviously you have a very impressive Marvel Legends collection that deserves to be showcased and celebrated.
Right.
Because I collect Legends. We've had Pharaoh Monch on the show who collects Marvel Legends. There's a big community, and we call it plastic crack.
Yes, we do.
And I think you can attest. But I've got maybe 100 figures back here, and looking behind you, you've got to have 1,000 figures. I mean, there's got to be hundreds of figures.
Oh yeah, there's thousands of them easily.
Easily.
Yeah, I army build too. I do toy photography, toy videos. I've been at it for years. So
nice.
Yeah, man.
So did you get into it for the you started collecting, or were you getting into it for the photography? How did it evolve?
I started getting on Instagram and watching toy photography, and then from there I was like, oh man, I want to do this stuff, and so just kind of took off from there. I think I started in like 2016 or 17.
Oh wow.
So,
that's
a
lot.
Wild ride.
Yeah, man. And I know because this collection is only since 2019, so I can imagine you've got to be buying figures pretty regularly. But that's
I kind of
awesome.
slowed down now. I'm kind of caught up to where I want to be. So now I'm kind of slowed down, but yeah, it's kind of weird because Hasbro can't regenerate. They'll come out with the same figure like 5 or 6 times, like Iron Man.
Right.
How many Iron Mans can we get?
I know.
So,
yeah.
Wolverine.
See, with Iron Man, I only like the original Iron Man anyway, so I don't like any of the new one. But I don't ever collect any of the MCU figures. All the figures I do are just the comic ones. Do you collect both? Do you have a preference?
I am the same way. I don't like MCU too much.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't buy the same figure every movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
no, I mean Spade's like what? It's not that the movie. It's not that I hate the MCU or anything. It's just that the figures, for me, I don't really think they look as good. I don't. Okay. Maybe the costumes, the movie costumes, are never as iconic or cool. And I like the iconic looks. The comic costumes from the comics.
Right.
And that's probably why I don't. But what do you you just don't like the MCU, or you just don't like?
Oh, it's not like I don't like the MCU. So when I first started doing the Legends, I did MCU. I did everything. I did everything. But then I got to a point, my collection. Actually, a few years back, I had an epiphany. I was like, I'm selling all of my stuff.
Right.
And I sold half of my collection. And then I had an epiphany when I came back. I was like, I'm not going to do MCU anymore. Oh, what do we got back there? MCU?
Those are my MCU stuff.
What if? You got the what if?
Yay!
Now, what if I did make an exception for what if?
I did too, because it was like, it felt like it was more comic book than it was MCU.
Right. They feel more comic-y. They feel more, what do you call it? Let me get Stu. So yeah, that's Red Skull. But yeah,
See, I'm gonna have to get him.
Oh yeah, I had to get this one. And I got this one. I got the Captain America zombie.
Right here from on down from
Hulk. I love that Wolverine. I have that one. I got that Storm too. Yeah, I got that Black Panther too. That's awesome. Wait, no, I don't have that Black Panther. That's the long cape.
So what do you guys feel about them going to windowless packaging?
I'm not a fan of it as much. Just, I mean, obviously, sure, it's better for the environment. That, you know, I get that, and yeah, but it's not as, I don't think it's as appealing. Just because I really want to know what the figure looks like. It doesn't.
Right.
Like, I see the picture, and I think so I can show people what you're talking about.
While he's doing that, I'm not really a fan of it either, because like I got that Hatud Hazard Black Panther up.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm like, but I'm not one to open my figures as much as a lot of other people are. So it's like, dang it. The only way I'm gonna see it is to open it, but I don't want to open it. But I'm like, ugh.
Right. Yeah. I know it's a tough battle, because sometimes you see some of this packaging and you're like, oh my God, how can I open this?
Card back
beautiful.
Stuff. Yeah.
Right.
I'm with you, bro. The card back stuff, I'll leave in there because it just looks great.
Yeah, it's good wall art for sure.
It's great wall art. Yeah.
I kind of miss the old packaging with the old comic book on the back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You see that?
Dude, they were so much cooler.
They were so much cooler, right?
So much cooler, dude.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, then you don't even know, like, if you're getting a good paint job on your figure now, because you like open it up, you're like, oh, there's a scuff on it or something. I've noticed that a lot.
Thank you. That's what I mean. I was just getting ready to say, like, so that's the packaging,
right?
And let me see if we can do a
let's get in close
side by side. So for me, let me get it. All right. I don't think that this skull, the face, looks like that face. The eye sockets are much bigger on the box. His eye sockets.
Yeah, the guys over at the Marvel Legend team are talking about that. They got like this rendering thing that they do, and then they have the figure. So it's kind of like a real picture, it's weird what they do over there, because sometimes they'll have like pins where they're not supposed to have pins in the packaging,
and then he's got the Tesseract here is a clear crystal, it's clear on the box, and it's blue when you get it, which I like the blue better, but still, I mean, you're not getting exactly what you're seeing, and that's my issue with it.
Right. Well, at least they're not like McFarlane and taking away all the guns, so
that's man.
I know, right? I'm like, what?
But see, and McFarlane, I read an interview. He said that he's not really like he hates that they're doing that. He said, I'm forced to do. He's like, I don't want to do it. He said, so what I'm doing is I'm selling packages of guns separately.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was really smart of him.
Yeah, really smart.
Talk about a guy that just showed back up and I can find more McFarlane stuff than I can Legends.
Oh yeah. Yeah, always.
Because there's always stock everywhere I go.
Yep.
So and my hats off to him for that.
Yeah, and they're $5-6 cheaper. They're like
yeah. I just saw he just did a price hike to $25. So get ready. Get ready.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the new stuff that's coming out is $24.99.
That sucks. I mean, that was one of the draws.
He gives us more plastic than Hasbro does, though.
I was just gonna say, they're a little better detailed. I'm not gonna lie. They look better than Marvel Legends. They do. So I'm not mad at that. It's really odd that they were cheaper. So, I guess maybe DC is not quite as popular.
Well, maybe he's doing the plastic crack thing where, it's a little cheap in the beginning.
Yeah. He's getting us hooked.
He's smart, man.
Nah, yeah, he's brilliant.
Then what else? He's doing all sorts of stuff. He's doing I think he made this.
Yep. Fortnite shit. Is that a
Fortnite stuff?
Uh-huh.
I had to buy it because I'm like, it's a freaking banana.
Right. No, there's and I do make exceptions. Like I said, that whole corner shelf right there, that's all DC. That's all the multiverse. And then that shelf you kind of can't see from the camera. That's all Star Wars Black Series. And then I've got one sort of shelf across the middle of that big shelf that's G.I. Joe classified, and then the rest are all Marvel Legends. I definitely have more Legends than anything, but I'm really into the classifieds. I don't know if you're a
Yeah, it's
Joe
cool
fan.
that it's like our childhood is just flooding back. It's like now we got G.I. Joes and we got Star Wars 6-inch.
Yep,
it's insane.
It's crazy. When classified first came out, they were making like a sort of futuristic version of the characters, and I wasn't a fan. I was like, oh, okay, those are cool. I didn't care. Then like two more. It was still like two more series. I think around the third series, they started coming out with the 80s retro, like looking just like the 80s figure.
Oh, yeah.
And I was done. I was sold. I was like, hell yeah, give me more. I have probably what 30. I probably got 20 of them, 25 of them. Like all the ones that look like the 80s cartoon. Those are the ones I collect. Future ones I don't. And it's the same thing like with Marvel Legends, not collecting the MCU ones. It's really, to me, it's like I like the iconic looks. Like I want that figure on my shelf to be like, oh, that's iconic. Now you have more of a, like you said, your army building. I mean, you've got tons and tons of figures. What's your belief system on packaging? I mean, for me, like I don't like if it's a retro toy, an 80s toy, I can see leaving it in the box. But a toy that just came out at Walmart, leaving in the boxes, I don't see the point. So that's why I put them on the shelf. And I see you don't keep a lot of yours in the box, but what's your vibe on that? What's your feeling on that?
So I'm kind of like both ways. I like to see them in their package on the wall. So some I will save or I'll buy duplicates of. Another thing that I'm really famous for is getting deals. So I find crazy deals all the time.
Like out of the box, like out of the box.
Or like not even out of the box, or maybe clearance items, or Goodwill finds. I find like Legends at Goodwill that are like really rare, and
like the old ones and stuff.
Yeah, like because that's where all the toys go to die. Anyways, that's when your parents go, "I'm throwing his stuff out," and then it just goes to Goodwill. You find a whole whole collection there.
That's brilliant. I never thought of that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I found Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, Toy Biz.
No shit.
Complete.
Come on.
For $3.
Come on.
That almost broke the internet. Everybody's like, what the? Wow.
Yo, for those watching, it's like $180 figure, I think, maybe 150, something like that. I don't know.
What is this one? Hold on a second. I got it for you. About 2 weeks ago, I found this one. And in the package, not opened, $20.
Wow.
At Goodwill.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yep. It's about a $80 to $100 figure.
Easily.
Yep.
Dude, I'm straight up hitting Goodwills now from now on. That's crazy. I swear to God.
I found all sorts of crazy stuff there too. I found what was the other one I found there? Let's where is she?
All right, this is what I like, y'all. He's picking up the camera. Here we go. Let's look at these. Woo!
I found her at Goodwill.
Look at Kitty Pryde. Get the fuck.
And that's the comic book one you had to order from. But
I was just gonna say, look at the costume. That's not. Look at that.
Hers was a little different.
Yep.
Then we can get into like.
I'm an X-Men guy. Like the mutants are my thing, and that right there.
Yeah, this whole top row is X-Men. So we can go here.
Dude. Oh my God.
You know, I had to put myself in there with the selfie series.
Hey, look at it. Oh shit.
Hey,
that's cool.
A little skinny there.
That is cool. What's that? How do you have a custom? Somebody made that custom for you or what?
Oh, I also do custom and kit bash figures.
Nice.
So yeah, if you see some stuff in here, some of the stuff I put together.
Nice.
So probably like her. I put her together.
So okay, Magic. Yep, because I recognize them. So go back 1 second. That was the Age of Apocalypse. So is that everything Age of Apocalypse in there?
I kind of try to keep everything together, but there's so much stuff.
It's a little mixed, right?
Yeah,
right,
it's like
you have a lot of Build-A-Figures. Oh shit, you have a fucking oh my God, dude, he's got a dude, when Magneto and X-Men and Professor X
Onslaught. Yes.
Onslaught. Dude.
Yes, there it is. I even have the Toy Biz version somewhere.
I didn't even know they made that.
But I got like, so the Apocalypse is up there in the corner.
see him.
But then I got a whole shrine for Apocalypse.
Bro, Apocalypse is my favorite. Apocalypse is my favorite villain. Okay, so that one dead in the middle that's from like the animated series, I think.
Yeah, the one in the middle is from the animated series. Left's Apocalypse, Toy Biz to the right, and then that Archangel was that special release one where he's a little bit darker.
Oh yes,
yes,
dude. And where? Okay, so that big Apocalypse right there. Where's that?
Yes.
What? Who makes that?
Toy Biz.
Toy Biz makes the big one.
Yes.
And what's that? If I wanted to get one of those, how much would it cost me?
Ooh, so that's the one that I found at Goodwill.
No, the big one.
Yes,
Ooh.
Okay.
that's what broke the internet.
All right.
Then
I don't even want to know.
we're
All
gonna
right,
get
so-
into like the bigger Sentinels.
No, let's get into the Sentinels because you have 4.
Yes, I have 4 HasLabs.
Dude. You know what I
How
would give for
big
just
are
one of those? Oh my god. And he's got the Galactus too. Oh my god.
Yeah, we got
Look-
Galactus.
Guys, you have no idea. So you got Silver Surfer in there, I'm sure. And
Yeah, I got all the
You got
heralds in
his-
there with them.
the Heralds. Yeah, look at Firelord down there. Oh man. Dude.
Then this company just sent me these to review.
Ooh,
These are
nice.
just
The little
posted
stands,
about it.
yeah. So what do you think about those? I was gonna ask you because I saw your post.
So I mean, I like them for the
Yeah?
most part. I think they're pretty cool.
Okay.
There's Fing Fang Foom.
Ooh, nice.
and Black Star.
Yeah, he's kind of rare.
Yeah, he is.
He's really rare. Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
He
my
comes in like
goodness.
a 5-pack. You can't get any more. Or, of course, you can't get any more. But
Right. But yeah, that
So-
is sick. Oh, and is that the Diamond Select Destroyer?
yes, I can't believe they just announced a new one.
Wow. Okay, that Ghost Rider. I love that Ghost Rider that they finally did. That one right. You got it right at the top in the middle. I
Oh, yeah.
love that one. Yeah, he's
That was
just
a good one.
really classic. And that's on sale for
Stuff.
like
And then we got
20
like the
bucks.
Toy Biz. Or the,
Ooh,
you can really see that. It's hard to see when you hold the camera. And
right.
So
We got
now
some.
those aren't HasLab Sentinels.
those are Marvel Universe Sentinels.
Marvel Universe.
And then they re-released these like the purple and blue one for the Wolverine
Yeah.
set that they had on Amazon.
Right.
I used to have like way more of those, probably like 10.
Dude.
And then I had 5 or 6 of the Toy Biz Sentinels. Whoa, there we go. All right.
Yeah, and then you've got 5 of the HasLab. You got 4 HasLabs or 5?
Oh, I got 4 of the Sentinels, and then I have Galactus, so
And
5
Galactus.
altogether.
Wow.
Yeah, I was always really into Sentinels, so it was
Yeah,
a no-brainer.
I mean, well, okay. So, did you get all those from HasLab, or did you buy them like in the wild? You get them from?
So I pre-ordered one, and then once I got one, I was like, "Oh my god, that's crazy! I need more."
Yeah.
So I started, but I had a huge collection of the smaller Sentinels. So I just had a huge sale, and I sold a bunch of them to the community on here. And where is it? And what happened? And this is Master Mold.
I know, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
That is
I've been
dope.
looking for him for years. I found him at a toy convention like 6 months
Oh
ago.
wow, dude! I didn't even know that. That is so cool.
Right? I
Dude, I'm
know
geeking
Toy
out
Biz
over
made
here.
it a long time ago. It used to have feet and everything. It was pretty cool. Here's another one.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh. And so
Right?
that's the Krakoa, yeah, the Dawn of X. What do you call them? Yeah, dude. And you got any Nimrods?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
I'm sure you do.
Nimrod up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's
He's got to be there.
gotta be
But
there.
then, what else?
Oh
we got?
wow, look at that Bishop, man. That is fresh, dude.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Love Bishop.
That.
Yeah, big fan of Bishop.
Okay, and then we're gonna get into. Let me see.
And Method Man.
Oh, I
Man
can't
is
wait
my
for that.
favorite Bishop. Yeah, man. I hope they do.
Then we'll get into
Cable is my favorite character.
Cable. That's
That's
a
my
Kid Bash.
guy. I was gonna say I know that doesn't exist because I would own it. That
It
is
does
fucking
not exist.
cool.
I made him.
That is bad. That is awesome.
Now that it's funny because a bunch of execs and people from Hasbro follow me, so don't be surprised when you see him make this guy.
We'll have you to thank.
You will have me to thank, because after I made the kit bash, everybody went crazy online. I was like, "Oh, look what I just came up with." I'm like, "I know where you got that from."
hey, tell them you want royalties when they do.
Right?
Yeah.
Get your
and then
money.
we can get into like the good stuff.
Yes, sir. The Brotherhood.
More X-Men.
Yeah, man. That's all
excited about that blob.
Yes, that blob looks great.
That blob is in my wish list, like to buy. Definitely getting that blob.
That Juggernaut back there.
Oh, Juggernaut is that the Diamond Select Juggernaut?
No, what was that? The Build-A-Figure one, I think.
Build-A-Figure. Okay.
Yeah.
And and look at the Dark Phoenix, yo.
Yeah, that was a gem.
Hell yeah. Now there's a
Psylocke in her jacket.
Nice.
Nice
little touch.
And it's like
this is my like main team.
X-Force and X-Men, yeah. Dude, look at Cable. You got
that was a custom.
Yeah, that's a remarkable Cable.
Thank you. I took the top half the top half from him, and the bottom half from the other one. And fused them together.
Right.
Yeah, the theme song playing in anybody else's head right now.
Yeah, but Cable is one of those that, like, he's one of my favorite characters. Like, him and Wolverine are like my favorite characters, and I don't feel that Marvel Legends has a great Cable figure, man. That strike.
Yeah, that's why I had to just kit bash a few of my. He's like my favorite character, so
me too.
I have actually kit bashed him a few different times.
Yeah, we're kindred, bro.
Let's see if I can
Cable
grab.
My God, that whole strip of comics on my wall right there is all Cable.
It's all Cable.
Yeah.
Let me grab this other one I made.
Oh wow, that's a whole
idea. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude. Sada, we've only seen the top row.
We can go into Shield, like I talked about, army building.
Right. Nice.
So,
look at Shield. Fucking dope. You got AIM over there. Oh shit.
Ooh, my phone. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, that is just gorgeous, man.
Spider-Man villains.
Yeah, bro.
Whoa.
Look at that. Dude, okay, I have a Hobgoblin, but that's not the one I have. Is that
There's
Marvel?
There's a few different versions of them, I think.
I don't think that's the one I have. Let me
think that was the one. I don't remember when that one came out.
No, the one I got is the one that came out on the card back.
That one was that green one. It was from Spider-Man Wave, I think. It was kind of probably 2008, I think.
I have a Green Goblin by Diamond that was really cool. That's really cool. That is dope.
Just a bunch of heroes.
Get
into the Hulk stuff.
Nice. Look at Joe Fixit in the back. That is hard.
That is dope.
Man,
it's kind of hard to get down here.
Oh wow, you got more Hulks. Holy shit.
Here we go. Here we go.
There we go. We got the leader. Some more Joe Fixits. Man.
Custom.
Great.
Yeah, bro. Check him out.
Uh-oh. With the Chucks.
Yes, sir. That is clean. And there is you like me. I got a whole shelf of just Wolverine too.
Yeah. It's he's one of those characters you're just gonna have a lot of.
Because they make so many and they all look great. That's
and you're just like, all right, fine, I'll display them. It's over here.
Yeah, dude. Iron Fist, all the martial arts, street level guys. Check it out. So you got Fantastic Four to the top. So you got some Iron Fist, some Daredevil, some Punisher. You got several Punishers there. Look at that.
Yeah, different ones. Toy Biz, some Hasbro. Oh, let's get upstairs. Let's go.
More army building. There's some AIM and some ninjas. Is that ninjas?
Yeah, ninjas.
They look like. Oh, the
There's
hand.
some Foosh ninjas
Oh wow.
littered in there. Coming up.
Nice. Zemo. Crossbones Taskmaster.
Red Skull.
Mm-hmm.
Some different versions. The Wrecking Crew in the back.
Yep.
Yup.
Dang, man. Those are beautiful. I haven't pulled the trigger on any Fantastic Fours yet. I don't know why. But
Well,
one
they
day
keep
I
coming
do
out
want to
with different sets. It's like
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that
kind
Black
of hard
Bolt
to
is
keep
nice.
up.
Yeah, I know, right? I need a Black Bolt. I do need a Black Bolt. Bunch of Deadpools. They have so many Deadpools. I got that
Yeah, it's
Gwen
another
pool.
one. It's like
Yeah. That Venom pool in the back, that is like one of my main grails. That Venom pool.
Venom.
Blue Marvel.
Yeah, bro. Look at that. Moon Knight. I need to get that Namor too. I like that Namor.
When are they come down here? Wait, can I show you this guy?
My guy right there, Doom. And then, yep, Super Scroll. Yeah, that Scroll is hot too. Yeah, Bullseye was always a great looking figure, I thought too.
That Abomination back there in the back.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's with that MCU one with Toy Biz head.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes you got to mismatch to make what you want.
Right. Yeah, man. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid either. I'm not afraid to kit bash.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do it to make what you want.
So
there's
some
the
of those
boy
guys,
right there, the Purple Man.
Yep. Wow.
People be sleeping on him.
That is, I've never even seen that.
He was on my list of must-haves.
Right, dude. There's another Juggernaut. I need me a Juggernaut. Yeah, man.
I've been trying to find me a Juggernaut.
Dormammu.
I guess the KO version's the best version of him.
Is that the Dormammu? Is that a Marvel Legends Dormammu?
So they made a Build-A-Figure of him, right?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And then they made a box set of him with like translucent hands, like hands you could see through, and yeah. I bought the box set one where I had the box set, and then it's kind of spread out.
They recently came out with just a regular, a Dormammu figure. I wasn't super impressed with.
Oh, so this one's crazy. So if you get into just
man, some of those, Build-A-Figures and
guys like this. This was from the Marvel Universe series.
Who is that?
Goliath.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never even seen that.
Also did I think Giant Man.
Giant Man.
Yeah. I think that's what his name is.
Yeah, I think so. There's they also just came out with it's an MCU figure. It's the what do you call it? The Ant-Man.
Oh shit.
It grows real big. Let me bust it. So see how big it is? Look.
Oh, let me see. Ooh, I see now. Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, I guess that's coming out. So yeah.
Well, fellas, I gotta get ready to roll.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that was the alarm, Spade.
But Damien, I just followed you on Instagram, man. So like, I'm definitely gonna be checking that more your page out. Oh, did he freeze?
Did we lose him? I think he froze.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, he did freeze. He's coming back in here. He just popped in again. Uh-oh. Let me remove that one and get that one over there. Bing, bing. Sada, you still here?
I think she had a phone call.
Oh, okay. And Damien, don't worry, man. We're waiting on you. I don't know if you can see me right now, but we are waiting on you, sir. Take your time or do what you got to do. Man, like Spade, man.
That was sick, man.
My mind is blown, bro. My mind is blown. Man, I gotta get like him, man. That is incredible. And when I tell you, you know, plastic crack, we call it plastic crack. It's not just like a total just made up joke. Like there's a reason we call it that, because it's really addicting.
Right.
And the way it works is the same way they say how crack, they say that crack, like as soon as they get the crack, they get high, and then that shit be just, and then it's gone, and then they need more, you know? And the same thing, that's what I compare these two, because it's like I get a figure and like I'm really anticipating getting it, and or like I'm ordering it and like I can't wait to get it, and I finally get it and I'm like, hell yeah, and I take it out and it's dope, and I set it up and I look at it, and then like I leave out the room and it's like I need another one.
I need another one.
I need a hit. I need another hit.
Oh man.
Plastic crack. That's why we call it.
Yeah, David, I got a roll, but I just followed you on Instagram. My other page is Spade's Toy Shelf, and I show like my pops and action figures on it. Of course, I ain't got nowhere nearly what you got, but you know, my little bitty collection. But
that's cool, man.
But that was so dope just to see, man. Like, you know, thank you for sharing that with.
Oh yeah, no worries, man. I'm glad people want to see it. You know, I tell my friends, they're like, I don't want. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
But I'm like, and then I'm like, oh no, everybody else wants to see it online. Everybody, they're like, wow, man, whatever, man. You know what I mean? So it's cool to be around people that enjoy plastic. You know what I mean?
For sure. So don't be surprised if you get a comment, I hit you, yo, man, wait, can you make a custom something for me?
Yeah, you hit me up, man. And I get deals too sometimes. So you can slide in my DM and be like, hey, man, you think you hook the brother up?
Nice.
Yeah, because I find, what did I find on clearance? I found the whole Fantastic Four Wave on clearance for $5 a pop. So stuff like that. You know what I mean?
How
like,
do you find that shit? Like, what, at Walmart?
Yeah, scrolled in there one day and they had the whole. If you go through my feed, like almost a year ago, they had just tons of them. I was like, what the hell?
I'm definitely going to hit that up.
Hit me up. For sure. I do trades too. So if you find something that I need, we could trade. It's great. It's great. And that's good about the toy community, because if you start East Coast, West Coast, if you start linking up, because there's sometimes we'll get stuff before you guys get it. And then sometimes you guys will get stuff before we get it. So, you know what I mean?
Right. Regional. Yeah, man.
Right.
Spade, man. Thank you for coming, bro, and kicking it with me. I really appreciate you, bro.
Anytime, brother. Oh, your books should be coming Thursday, by the way. It should be
Nice. Yeah. Spade, guys, check him out on Instagram. Sometimes he sells comics and does live shows, and I just got a nice stack from him. So waiting on those now. But all right, bro. See you on the gram. Be safe.
All right, bro.
All right,
brother. I'll see you on the gram.
Good to meet you, brother. Love y'all, man.
Good to meet you too, brother.
One. Yeah, man. It's when I show my friends and stuff, it's like they're like, oh yeah, man, that's pretty cool. It's cool.
Right.
That's the extent of it. And we had Pharoah Monch, you know, the rapper, Pharoah Monch. I met him on Instagram because I'm on there and I see a post that he did, and he's got like a little shelf with like, he's had like 5 or 6 at the time Marvel Legends behind him. And I was like, oh shit. And I hit him in the comments. I was like, yo, I see you collect Marvel Legends. He's like, yo, yeah, like blah, blah, blah. And he got real excited. And he was like, you know, it was dope to him that somebody, you know, cared about that. And so we started chopping it up, and you know, I invited him to come on the show, and he came on, and we talked about, you know, about collecting Marvel Legends. And he was pretty much new at the time. But one thing that he said, he was like, the community on Instagram is great. You know, the people, you know, everybody's very supportive. You know, people look out for each other, tell each other about deals, and do trades and hook each other out. It is, man. It's a cool community.
It's kind of weird how Instagram kind of like morphed into like what it is for the toy community, because it gives you a chance to get updated every second of what's coming out, who's doing what. This guy's doing a custom. This guy's making a dio. There's these companies that make stands. There's these companies that make effects. I mean, there's all this stuff that you would not find anywhere else but Instagram for the toy community.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about that, but yeah, those guys are just on Instagram, and some of
Yeah.
them they sell like whole loadout equipment for like for the GI Joe figures. They sell whole artillery, and guys do custom stuff and make just all these
Custom
amazing
heads and
dude that you will never.
guns, and it's just like a whole community of just toys have
Yeah,
melded together. I think like there's been campaigns where people have said, "Oh, I want this figure,"
right.
and then Hasbro's come out and said, "Oh, well, they made it." Like
Uh-huh.
the guy you were just talking about, he said something to Hasbro, and they came out with the figure again.
Who, Pharaoh Monch?
Yeah, he was on live with them, and
Oh wow.
he asked for he
Yep.
asked for
Yeah, and they will do that.
yes for this dude. Oh, here we go. Here we go, flipping around. I think he asked for this guy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and they
Yeah. re-released
him. So
That's
my hat's
crazy.
off to him for that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like he just saved a bunch of collectors.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that even celebrities are getting involved. There's a lot more celebrities that collect Marvel Legends than you'd be
Really?
surprised.
I would be. But like, because that whole thing you just described about the toy community, it's the same thing with the comic book community.
Right.
Comics on Instagram, it's a whole world unto itself. That's how I mostly got into selling comics, was on Instagram. We got a little selling crew, Madmen of Comics. We get on there, but it's a whole community, just like with the Legends, or with toys. New comics come out, and stuff you can't find. I mean, everybody's always hooking each other up and
Right.
making deals. It's just a dope community. And like you said, finding people that are into it is
Right.
cool, because you're not gonna usually be your friends and family members.
But it's crazy to see how many people are actually into it, though.
It is.
Like,
It really is.
people follow me from all over the world just because I'm posting about toys and video games, and the community is so crazy. I've had people reach out to me and be like, "Hey, I just want to send you a box of action figures." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like,
Yeah.
companies reach out to me and they're like, "Hey, we just want to showcase our product through you," and I'm like, "Let's do it. If it's about toys, hell yeah, let's do it." I mean, it makes sense.
That's incredible, man. And that's just from buying and collecting toys and posting pictures on Instagram.
That's basically it. People, and I adopted the Reels program pretty early, so I was all over that. Once they started integrating music, I was like, "Oh, music and toys,
right.
That's just." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I just got into that. I just started doing that, and I started going nuts. Like, I once I figured out the Reels thing, I was like, "Oh, this is fun. I'm gonna do this a lot." Yeah,
and it gets you a lot of more engagement, and the algorithm will push you a lot further if you use the Reel Pro. They want you to use the Reel program.
They do, and it's because they want to compete with TikTok. They want to. And that,
I mean,
and
then
so
you get to a point where they'll just start paying you. They pay me to make videos now. So
oh wow,
I'm part of the whatever the Go program or whatever the hell they got going on. And every month, they send me they pay me out in PayPal. Cha-ching.
So how do you so like, do you have to reach a certain number of followers to get to that, or
I don't know. I think it's just maybe they see how much engagement you have with your reels or how many people are watching it, and then they go, this guy looks like he's making a lot of views. Let's get him in the Reels program. And so they'll invite you to it. You just get a message saying, "Hey, you're invited to the Reels program. You can make up to 8." Well, it's different for everybody else. For me, it's I can make up to $8,000 in 1 month or something, and then it cuts off and it starts over again. It's kind of a weird program, but it's to push you to make more content, pretty much.
Right.
So the more content you make, the more views you get, the more money you make. Kind of concept, I guess.
I mean, it sounds a lot like the YouTube part.
It is, but it's shorter if you think about it, because you only have 30 days to blow.
Right.
So I have a video of my collection. It did like 300,000 views or something like that. So that alone maybe made me $150 or something. I don't know, around there. And just from one video, you know what I mean?
Yeah, guys, that's nothing to sneeze at, man. I mean, what do you do? Mostly just show yourself?
Well, no, I do voiceovers, man. I do voiceovers, comedy stuff. I do. I show toys, show product, show what I buy.
Mhm.
Show my collection. Show certain custom blade. I mean, also
Nice.
I took a GI Joe and a Legend and morphed them in together.
Yeah. Oh, that's dude. So tell me what pieces you got on there. Let's talk about that. So this is called a kit bash, and this is where you take parts from different figures and put them together and make one new figure.
Took Snake Eyes, the movie version of him. Boiled. What did I do? I cracked the. So I'm a Marvel Legend guy. I ended up cracking his waist, getting inside, pulling the arms out. Then I got what is it? Who's the Black Ninja in the GI Joe series? Do you know who that is? The Black Ninja?
No.
I forget his name. Anyways, this is his body.
I mean,
and then I heated up the arms and popped them into the sockets up here, and then made took the Legends.
But that's Snake Eyes, right?
What's up?
When you said the Black Ninja, you mean Snake Eyes?
Yes, Snake Eyes. There it is. I was trying. Okay. I know GI Joe, but I don't really know him that well.
Oh, okay. No, I thought because you had just said I thought you were talking about someone other than Snake Eyes, but no, definitely Snake Eyes. Okay.
Oh yeah, I said Black Ninja too, so that's probably you're like, huh, Black Ninja.
Yeah.
So it's basically Snake Eyes' body, and then with Blade's arms and head.
And whose coat is that? That's from Spider-Man Noir.
I think that was from
Spider-Man Noir. Looks like
Samuel Jackson.
Oh, figure. Okay. Dude, that is fresh. That's cool.
Well, it's because they made a Blade, but I never really liked how he looked.
Right.
I'm like, why don't we just make him the way you want to look? That's the cool thing about Legends. Once you get into Legends and you start kit bashing and making your own stuff, I mean, that's fun on its own, man. Like having a figure that nobody else has.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And
that was the idea of the whole thing.
So when I was a kid, when I was in kid in the 80s, we didn't call it kit bash. There was no name for it. But when we had our GI Joe figures, we would take a small miniature screwdriver, like the kind you use for your glasses or whatever. And there's this tiny screw in the back, and you unscrew the screw, you take the torso apart, and there's a little O-ring, a little rubber band hooked on a little metal hook that hooks to the legs, and you take all the parts apart. We called them the underwear, was like the pelvis part, and then you had the legs and everything. So you could take, the figures apart, every single part, and we would put them back together with different figures and make different characters, make up new characters, make, modifications to different characters. And we just did it for fun.
Right.
And, but, just recently, I'm hearing that, the term kit bash and it's just funny because like I did this as a little kid.
You were customizing your figure. That's what you were doing.
Absolutely.
That's what kit bashing is. Customizing your figure the way that you want it, I guess. So,
yeah. And so, but with Legends, there's no screw in the back.
No, there's not. But they're
how do you do?
They're held together with pins, with like plastic pins, and like I could boil this guy and pop all of his legs off if I wanted to, and his head and his arms. And have him like.
I'm afraid. I'm scared to do it. I'm scared to take.
I'm afraid. The way a good way of rule of thumb is to get a cheap Marvel Legend, something you get on clearance, maybe a $5-10 figure, and then start there. You know what I mean?
Learn how to
have an idea what you want to do before you start ripping them apart. But you could. They're pretty much. They made them that you can. You find one with the same body type or the same kind of like legs or arms or anything, you can whip something together.
Right.
A lot of these guys, a lot of these companies use the same. Like when Toy Biz took over, or when Hasbro took over Toy Biz, they kind of changed the recipe up, but they kind of kept the same pins and stuff, and they kind of morphed out of that. That was good because Toy Biz is kind of not aged too well over the years now. But there's still some good Toy Biz pieces out there. You know what I mean?
There are. But I do, there is something to be said for the modern figures. The head sculpts have definitely come a long way. Like I remember back in the day, they were horrible. I mean, just horrible. They were now they're gorgeous. I mean, now there's some, almost look like, the real people. It's really cool.
It's kind of crazy too. when I started collecting way back in the day before even this, I did Toy Biz, but then I ended up getting out of it. But I ended up meeting the guy that sculpted and made the Toy Biz Sentinel on Instagram. I forget what his name is, but he's on here somewhere. But I didn't even know he existed, didn't know who he was, and I met him. And then something weird happened. When I had my Sentinel sale, I ended up selling him 2 original Sentinels to him. And to the creator of the dude that made the Sentinel. I'm like,
wow.
Like, wow.
That's
yeah.
Yeah, insane. Man, that is weird. Saint Nikki, I don't know where Sada is. She is here. I can see that she's here, but she's her camera's off. And I guess she can't hear us right now. Let me talk to her and see what she's doing.
Third member of the Justice League.
Right, yeah. Instagram. All right, so Goliath.
I'm having too much fun with this guy. Too much fun.
So this just came in the mail today, and I figured I would save it for the show.
All right.
So like I said, Apocalypse, definitely, one of my favorite characters. Have you ever collected a 3.75?
Oh, Legend? Yeah. I think I have him somewhere. Yeah, that was one of my favorite versions of him.
Thank you. This is from this is from the what do you call it? Messiah Complex and all of that.
Marvel Universe series.
Yeah. But I mean from the comics, this character or this version of him in the comics was in the in the Messiah Complex, when Cable took Hope and was trying to, protect her and everything. But
I remember now.
So I've been dying for and that Build-A-Figure Apocalypse is great looking, but I could never find them all. And when I saw this, dude, this is so fucking dope.
Yes. Oh yeah. I mean, that is the best Apocalypse to date.
Thank you.
Actually. I agree. In the 6-inch Marvel Legend line.
In that size, right? Yeah, I agree. Yes. 100%. Look at it. So guys, check out the face sculpt on that. It is gorgeous. I love that.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
And this
so dope.
And this
is crazy. They got these huge cards too. It makes collecting so fun.
And I had no idea he came in a card back because where I saw. So this is bittersweet, guys. This hurts because I really want to leave this in this cool ass package.
I know.
But I really got to put my Apocalypse on the shelf with my X-Men. So damn it.
It's tough, man.
It's tough, but
we
have. Oh, well, they made a decision for me. Package is broke, so there you go.
Oh, looks like we're opening her.
He's coming out.
He's
coming out. Oh man,
it's a cool time to be a collector too, because I mean, HasLabs, bro. Crazy. I didn't even know about HasLabs until a few years ago.
I didn't know.
What's a HasLab? And they're like, they're coming out with the Marvel Legend one. So,
dude, so to tell people what HasLabs, tell people what that is. What is a HasLab?
So HasLab is Hasbro every year will come out and say, we're going to make one action figure, but 10,000 people need to buy it at $300. And if you don't, it won't be made. Right. You won't ever see it again. So that's basically what it is.
But it won't be just a figure. It'll be something.
No, it'll be something super special that they've never touched or ever put out, and they won't put it out again. Right. So it's one of a kind toy, pretty much, that you can get. The Sentinel blew my mind.
The Sentinel is crazy. The Galactus, I mean,
it's nuts.
And I heard that the Galactus, they improved like the knees because I guess the Sentinel knees were really loose.
Yeah. The Sentinel knees, they had a problem.
So yeah, but I guess the Galactus one has the click, the like pop.
Oh yeah, his knees are reinforced with vibranium.
Right. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. So you can't. But so HasLab basically, it's a laboratory. It's Hasbro Laboratory, and they're making up a custom, what do you call it? A prototype that they'll show you the drawing of it. They'll say this is what it's going to look like, and if this many people donate, we'll add this feature to it. If we get this many more people to donate, we're going to add this feature to it. And they'll have like 3 or 4 or 5 tiers. And, you know, the finished product, if enough people donate and enough people buy into it, invest, basically buy one, you know, basically is what they do. They're pre-ordering it. If enough people do it, then you get this really amazing thing. If not enough people do it, you get something cool, but it's not the fully kitted out deal, but it's cool.
Right. Yeah. Or if they don't, if it doesn't get funded, they just cancel the whole project. So that's what happened to the last HasLab, the Ghost Rider one. So.
Oh yeah, the Danny Ketch car.
Yeah. Oh my God. That alone, I've never seen so much drama in the toy community when that thing came out. For a whole month and a half, it was just drama. Oh, don't buy it. Oh, I like it. Don't buy it. It was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen in the toy community.
And then I saw, I don't know who makes it. There's a car. It's like the same car that fits the same size that already exists with headlights that come on and something. Some company already makes it. I don't know, but yeah, that one wasn't a great. That one wasn't one of their best ideas.
No, it wasn't.
The G.I. Joe Hiss Tank, the Cobra Hiss Tank, was a really cool one.
That was huge because now, because a guy with money is going to go, yeah, now I can build my little Hiss Tank army and get 5 Hiss Tanks and have all my characters around them. Oh yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
You know, I'm waiting for that HasLab to hit and then just see everybody posting all their Hiss Tanks lined up together. I just can't wait to see that, actually.
Yeah, definitely. How do you recommend if somebody wants to get into collecting this, but they're not millionaires, they don't have a bunch of tons of money, but you know, they don't want to buy like one figure a year.
Right.
How can someone start a collection and do it financially, you know, easily?
Okay. It's hard with Marvel Legends because once you try to backtrack with Marvel Legends, it gets really expensive. Like you go, oh, I think I'm missing this guy, and then you go look him up, and you go, oh my God, $150? I don't want to pay that much money. So that's the kind of hard part. So what I suggest when people come into toy collecting is, are you an inbox toy collector or are you going to open it? So then you're going to say, all right, I'm going to open it. So then you got to think, maybe I should just buy it used. Maybe I should, you know, because maybe I can get it a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, I've done that.
Do you just want the figure? Do you want the Build-A-Figure that comes with it?
Right.
A lot of people forget about the Build-A-Figure part of that whole aspect of Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
Because if you get a Build-A-Figure part, you can sell it or trade it for somebody that you want. Or it's kind of hard to tell somebody like it without being knowing if they're an inbox collector or out of box collector, I guess.
Right.
There is ways to save them money. Clearance, Goodwilling, like I do. Whenever I don't find anything in the stores when it's dry, I just go to Goodwills and thrift stores. I found crazy stuff at thrift stores.
Right.
And there's if you go into a thrift store and there's like somebody that has glass cabinets and they have like people that sell stuff in there, I found Marvel Legends in there. There's people selling random stuff in there, Marvel Legends that were out of date for like 8 years. And you go in there like, what?
Oh, bro,
$20.
I've got like 3 thrift stores in my head since you told me that I'm going to.
Oh yeah, trust me, you're gonna thank me one day when you pull out something crazy. I saw one dude. What really got me thrifting is years ago I saw a guy pull out a Blob out of a thrift store for $5.
Fuck,
and he was mint, and I was like, oh, I'm going. Yeah. And I've been going ever since. I just, you know, after work, I'll slide in there, look through the toy section, go home. You know what I mean? So,
and that's
you just got to keep hitting it. You know what I mean?
Right. Because there's always gonna be new stuff, pretty much every day, different stuff.
Right. And people are dropping off stuff. Yeah, you never know.
But the thing is that Goodwill will never sell it for what it goes for, you know, or any of the collectible price. You'll get it for
I mean, they do look stuff on eBay. They do look up stuff on eBay, but with toys, they have no clue what's going on.
They don't. Right. Yeah, they don't think of it as a collectible. They think of it as a.
And then here's another huge one that people don't know, where I've scored huge, offered up, huge scores on offered up. I once landed what was it? 5 bins of Marvel Legends. It came out to 300 Marvel Legends I bought for $500 from this guy.
Oh,
300 Marvel. It came out to $3 a piece, and I'm talking every new Marvel Legend you could think of, Build-A-Figures, anything you could think of was stacked in there.
Oh, bro. So that was a big chunk of your.
That was a big chunk, but that's what, if you're getting into it, throw the 500 at it. But there was over $5,000 worth of toys in there.
Easy.
I sold $3,000 in 2 weeks on Instagram. I was just like, here's this one, because I had doubles of what I had, and they're like, I'll buy it. So yeah, it's insane. Then another one, Facebook Marketplace. Like if you are looking, I found moms with boxes of toys with Marvel Legends sticking out the box. $20. Come pick it up. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'll come through.
Yeah.
Right,
Sada's back.
Yes, I'm sorry. The phone call ran very long, so I had to step away. But I am back now.
Saint Nikki was asking for you.
Oh, hello, Saint Nikki. You're new. I don't know who you are, so hi.
Yeah, man. What was I just saying? Shit.
Oh, cheap Marvel Legends. How to get cheap toys.
Yeah. So like you could, and you don't have to go and drop $500, guys. You could literally on your pay when you get your paycheck, you go buy a $25 toy. That's it. Buy one.
Yeah, you don't have to go all out like I do sometimes. Like, don't do that.
You don't.
The only reason I did that was to flip it anyways, because I had a lot of those figures anyways. So I was just like, hey, if I do this, I'll be able to buy some figures that I need and make my money back. So that was the kick. Yeah, there you go.
And that's another thing too. Like if you want to get into it and you're on a budget, get them and flip them, buy them and sell them. You know what I mean?
If you get them cheap, sell them high.
That's it.
Or here's the best advice I give to people: when you see those clearance figures, those cheap ones, them 7 or 8 ones, you buy them and you stick them in a box, because in 6 months they're not going to be around anymore and they're not going to be on clearance. So what you'll be able to do with that clearance item is trade it to somebody else on Instagram for a figure that you want. So that $7 figure just turned into a $30 figure that you wanted, because you traded it to somebody that did on the East Coast that didn't have a chance to get that figure.
Right. There it is, y'all. Dropping jewels.
Solid.
It means more competition for me, though. Because when I tell people, then I'm like on Facebook Marketplace, like, I already got an offer. I'm like, what? How'd you get an offer?
Giving away your secrets. No, but it's but that's the thing, guys. That's the thing about this community. Like, people aren't really, that kind of way, like not sharing information and stuff like that.
Right, gatekeeping.
Not like that. Gatekeeping, yeah. No,
right.
You can really find a lot of support in the community. You want to jump into it, but yeah, man, hop on Instagram and find some toys.
There's like Five Below too. I've seen people find stuff there, and even the dollar store. I found Marvel Legends at the dollar store, y'all.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is going on here? They must have bought like an MCU wave, and it was just like, oh, okay.
That's crazy.
They were like $8.
I've seen like these at the dollar store, like the little Transformers or little Batman. I got little DC ones, like. They're pretty cool. They're they're a dollar, and you get all the different 80s joints. But that's I like 80s, 80s toys, Thundercats,
right,
G.I. Joe, Transformers. So I love that 80s stuff, but it doesn't compare to the way these new figures, like the way the sculpts are really just beautifully detailed, and
Hasbro's been killing it lately.
Yeah, and they are coming up a lot. Like my co-host Stu Dog, he doesn't buy Legends. He's not into Legends. He only buys DC because he just doesn't the detail and the level of how great the DC ones look compared to the Marvel. He doesn't see the appeal. But I think he's starting to now, because these new ones that they're getting better and better.
Right.
But it's not all about that. With these figures, for me, it's the iconic characters from the comic books that I love, and they look cool. They look like the comic book character. I'm not really trying to get them because they look realistic. I want them to look like comic books. So
I mean, I think Marvel Legends is probably the easiest way to go to like build your team, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And they give you the option. Like, there's so many characters that you can go out and actually build the teams that you had dreaming when you were a kid, or have team ups, or just the X-Men that we always wanted. You know what I mean,
dude? Yeah, man. I'm so into. I keep looking at this side you didn't see. This is came in now. Apocalypse.
Ooh, right?
Look at that with the second head.
Yeah, see, I was telling her how
yeah,
DC will just make a whole new figure for the new head.
Oh yeah, Marvel, he doesn't like giving out free head.
I'm telling you, he does not give out free head.
So frustrating.
Yeah,
it is kind of frustrating.
Yeah, full price. Yeah, because like the one that's really pissing me off is the Thomas Wayne Batman. There's the unmasked version.
Oh yeah.
You only see the unmasked version. You cannot find the masked guy. He's never, even when he was out like retail, there was never in store. You could only get the unmasked version. I'm like, why do they even have this? Who wants a Batman without the fucking mask on? And okay, but give me the head.
He's like, we'll sell more Batmans.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I gotta buy.
You see that interview he did with Shartimus Prime?
I saw parts of it, yeah.
Okay, so in part of that interview, he was like, I can just sell Batmans and Supermans all day. Yeah. And if they don't tell me that I can stop selling them, I'm just going to keep selling them. I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no. We're just going to keep getting more Batman and Superman because they're not telling them to stop.
No, they won't.
And he even said, he's like, those are the main characters that sell really well, so I'm just going to keep on those. I'm like, bro, there's so many more DC characters that we need you to make.
So many more, bro. So many more.
And I mean, we've been saying it for years. I'm like,
oh, yeah. Dude. You see if you line up his whole roster, I mean, half of it's got to be Batman.
Dude, that whole top shelf is all Batman.
Whole top shelf is Batman. Yeah, I mean, granted, he has given us the best Batmans we've ever got.
I'm not gonna lie.
But goddamn, bro,
we have some variety.
Yeah, let me get some. There's hundreds of characters we ain't got yet, and oh my god. They did like the animated series where they were really top heavy, and I'm like, oh, they can't even stand upright. They keep falling over.
Yes, they were like lean. Lord.
Yes, I can't stand those. Like in my display, I just put them on the side because they just keep falling over. I'm over it.
Oh my god! Yeah, they just lean from one way to the next.
Just lean. Dude. It's those damn ankles he needs to work on his ankles too. We all know that.
Dumbbells on them. Maybe it'll weigh it down.
Yeah, or maybe something like so I don't see it. I don't want to see the ball joint, so I take a picture. It doesn't look like I got a robotic Batman running around.
My biggest problem with his ankles is they're not strong. They just
they're not.
The guy up and he's just falling back and forth on the ankles. Oh yeah, like dude, the ankles are so weak. But here's a bunch of different Batman that are really cool.
That's one of my favorites that he did.
They're all very different, but yeah, this is my favorite. That's Thomas Wayne. This Batman kills. He is not afraid to kill the bad guys.
He kills people.
Yeah, and
he's a murderer.
He's a murderer. And then
favorite color combo.
See, look at that.
I love the blue and gray. We don't get enough
blue and gray.
Yeah, we don't. We really don't get enough of that.
No. And this is Kal-El, or this is when Superman landed in Gotham instead of Smallville and became Batman.
Ooh, interesting.
It was a pretty cool little comic. And then this is Batman from Dark Knight's Metal, and he's got all this. Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah, that's good.
I got that one too.
Yeah, I love that one. And then the Arkham series, I love just the whole Arkham design. I love the whole Arkham series. I love the really tall ears.
Yeah, I like the tall pointy ears too.
Yeah,
it gives it more of like an animated look.
And he's got the cool cape design there. It's like drooped out. And then the newest one I just got is from the DC Vampires. It's like a Batman, like an evil.
I haven't even seen that one
vampire.
Yet. Is that one new?
Just came out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, that's another thing he does. He'll just drop stuff. I go to the store. I'm like, what? I've never even seen that.
Like I had no idea any of this stuff was coming out. That's one thing is cool about with multiverse. You go in the store and find some new stuff.
Oh yeah, all the time. Like I walk into Best Buy and I find stuff. I'm like, what the? How is he? He's in the market everywhere. He's got these figures everywhere, man.
He does. Yeah. Target is another great one. Target's a great place to get them.
Target. That's a nice selection.
Target.
Yeah, that's 5 Batman right there, and there's another 5 or 6 up there, and but a bunch of Jokers too, and there's not a lot of great Jokers, unfortunately.
He does. That's another one he likes to do too, is the Jokers. Yeah. I mean, he does. The crazy thing about him, he's so much detail. It makes the Marvel Legends like if you just put a little bit of effort in there. But that's why the price point for the Legends are so cheap, is because they can, mass produce the same bodies, the same. McFarlane's like, no, I'm not using the same body. Oh, hell no. We starting a whole new joint right here. And they'll start it up too. You know what I mean? And you be sitting there like, God damn, this motherfucker did it again. Yeah. Because he does it every time. Let me go find something. I'm gonna find you something.
But then you'll get 2 completely different boxes, 2 whole figures, and it'll be the same figure, but this one has a different head. That really bothers me because I'm not gonna buy both. I'm not. Like, why would I buy both? But okay, here we go.
The level of detail.
Yes,
some of these
I love that one.
Like, I'm like, I have that one. What is that about?
Oh, I don't have the one with the green. Did you add that? The drool? The green?
No,
drool?
This was I got this sent to me from a Collector Obsession. They wanted me to review it. They sell through Walmart. If you go to the parts where they have all the collectible toys by electronics, right. That's Collector Obsession. They're the reason why these figures are over there. But anyways, they have like a special one, like a Walmart exclusive, I think, or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's got it on his sleeve too.
Yeah,
sleeves.
Yeah, because I have the same one. I'm trying to look to see what else is different. That seems to be the only thing that's different.
Yeah, it's just paint. That's all McFarlane does. He'll just change the paint up. He doesn't really do too much.
No.
But that sculpt, though, man.
I know. Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, Arkham. Yeah, Arkham has some great looking characters.
I like Joker's Arkham. That design.
One. Yeah.
What did we do? We did.
Get him.
Okay. So we talked about custom figures, right?
Look at that. Oh,
dude.
My God.
Is that Croc? Killer Croc?
Yes.
That's Killer Croc, but that's on Abomination's body.
Okay. Yep.
And that Killer Croc came, I forget who made that. DC Direct, I think, made that head.
Dude.
But it all ties in perfectly. Right?
I love it.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to make your own stuff. That's another thing about this. That's what really got me into toys, man. Once I started seeing people making their own stuff and putting stuff together, I was like, oh yeah, I'm all in. Like,
as soon as I saw the Kit Bash thing, I was like, yo, that's what we used to do when I was a kid. Like, that was my favorite
right? And you were right.
Making my own figures and shit. I was like, yo, people are doing that again, and they got a name for it. It's kit bashing. Like, cool.
Oh yeah, and now we got 3D printers, and we've got like all this other stuff, and see, no one's beating him.
Love that.
Nobody's. His sculpt game is on point.
On point.
Look at that.
And then he's got the. I love the trench coat and hat.
Oh yeah, I always like the trench coat. I was like a good trench coat
dope.
With the Joker.
Yeah.
And then, oops. Okay, you don't want to stand up? I'll lay you down. We can lay down. And Batman Who Laughs.
Yes, I'm still missing that and the Jokers and the little. I missed that whole wave. I don't know what I was doing, where I was at. I think I was like, usually I wait for clearance. I'm like, I'm gonna wait for that to be on clearance, and then I never seen it again. I was like, oh, yeah. I messed up. Now I gotta pay full retail. So that's another thing too. If you sometimes. People get caught up in the game of wanting the new figure. So you'll see somebody posted on Instagram, this new hot figure. It just came out of Target, and everybody's like, oh! And they're, where did you find it? Where? And I've learned over the years that if you just wait, every toy goes on clearance.
Right.
Absolutely.
So the hype is real. The hype's real.
But don't they sell? Like, what about selling it? Like, if they sell them all, they're not going to go on clearance. That's what I'm afraid they're going to sell.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. Yeah, so if you wait it out, and then that's the problem I run into. Sometimes I'll wait it out, and I won't find it, and then I got to pay a little bit more for it because it's not in my area. I've got to pay some scalper.
Oh, scalper!
The scalper work.
depends on where you live and like what's going on around where you live. Because like Stu, he all the time teases me because like the Walmart. I live in a really small, very small town. It's got one Walmart, one street.
Okay.
It's a very small town, and it's about 45 minutes from any nearest city. So we're like isolated. And so my Walmart has a lot of like they'll have the toys will be there. Like when he goes in Walmart, the legend sections are bare.
Yeah. You got to deal with.
And when I go to other
they're selling.
cities, there's nothing on the shelf. It's
You got to think about these department stores. These are not like Toys R Us's. These guys get one case of a figure of one line. That's it. Yep. You know what I mean? If you're there, you're lucky enough to get in there that day and grab some or grab it. That's it. Because then you got to deal with all the other collectors that are around your area. Then you have to deal with the scalpers.
I wish
the guys are just in there to flip stuff.
Right, and those are the worst because they buy them all up, and then you got to buy it from them for
right.
I hate those.
There's a guy that in my area that does offered up, and he'll go and buy all the stuff and all the targets, and then throw it up on offered up. So you have to go buy it from him because, or you have to go online and buy it for a bunch of more money.
Yep.
So I mean, there's people that do that stuff for a living.
Yeah, man, it's ruthless. But so yeah, I mean, you really can't get, you can't once they hit the shelf and you see it there, you better get it because it's gonna be gone from those stores. But God, I wish Toys R Us was still around.
Yeah, once Toys R Us changed, I think that's kind of when I started. That's when I had that epiphany. And I was like, I'm selling everything because once I knew Toys R Us was going to close, I knew it was going to be really hard to collect.
Right.
Because you could go there and you could pretty much find anything you were looking for.
Right.
And once they closed, we were dealing with was Walmart and Targets where they sell one case. And we got to fight with people for it.
Right.
Ask to go look in the back. You ask somebody to go look in the back. Hey, can you go look in the back? They were like, no, I don't even know who you are. Like, I'm doing nothing.
Yep.
And I'm like, bro, you ain't doing nothing. Just go in the back.
I know.
He said no. Thank you.
What I do is I go find the kid that looks like he's got nothing to do or nothing to live for. He's just like broken. And I go up to him, hey, dog, can you hook me up? Can you go look in the back for me? He's like, yeah, man, I got you, man. I was like, that's my boy. And he'll go in the back and go, look, I found it. I'm like, you did good. Get him all excited.
Yeah, I do it. I get
him hyped up. You got to do it sometimes.
You got to sometimes, man.
Give him a little life for 3 seconds.
That's right. Make him happy. Tell him to slip him a 20 next time you see him. You
just slide him a couple bucks. Well, like there's the one of the ladies that works at the Walmart where I go, the one locally.
Right.
She tells me like when the shipments are gonna be there, like when they're gonna put them out and all of that, and that's great when I can get, when I can find her, and if the timing lines up and everything,
right,
then I'll know when they're gonna put them out. And there has to be some other collectors in this little town. There has to be.
There is.
Because
there has to be.
There is. As small as the town is, but because kids aren't buying these guys, kids
can't afford these legends. Hell no.
I mean,
they gotta ask the parents, if anything.
Oh yeah,
we want one. They don't want they're not gonna collect over the years.
Yeah, they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, honey, grab them all.
No.
You buy Batman. Here you go. Here's Batman for you. You got a good grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you do with one figure or two figures? Kids don't really like. When I was a kid, we had GI Joes. They were this big. You could get a ton of them. You could play with them. But kids today aren't really playing with toys. They're playing with their phones. They're playing with video games. They're playing with technology. The most people that buy toys now are 40-year-old men. Like that's
what I thought was too. They made it like a study where they were like, parents or adults are saving the toy industry. And then I'm thinking to myself, no. We are the sole reason that you are still alive.
Exactly.
Because we're the ones buying it for our kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? The kids ain't buying it. Kids ain't got jobs.
Exactly.
So I'm like, no, we are saving the toy industry
single-handed
by buying for us and buying for our children. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I saw that little thing and I was like, what do you mean? We single-handedly must have saved the toy industry.
Who else?
You know what I mean?
Right. If it's not adults, who else is it? Because
I mean, kids ain't got no jobs. I know that for a fact.
Exactly.
Yeah, let me get some. Now you ain't getting shit. You get a good grade, then you can get some. I remember when I was a kid. You know another reason why I got all this shit is because when I was a kid, my mom used to be, nah, I ain't getting you nothing.
Yep.
Okay, Mom, look at me now. Look at me now. My mom comes in here now. She's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is insane.
See, Ma, you did this. You did this. You did this.
Yeah, I was like, Mom, look at, no, she's proud of me. She brags about me to her friends. Look at my son's hoarding toy collection. I'm like, oh, Mom, come on. And she's like, no, the guy at the bus stop thinks you're cool. I'm like, come on, Mom. Stop showing me to everybody you see. Come on, Mom.
Oh, no.
She's supportive, though. That's what my mom be goodwill and hit me up. Like, I just found you a bag of action figures. No, and I'm not crapping you. You can go through my feed. And like maybe a year or two back, she found me a giant bag of Marvel Legends.
That is cool.
Yeah. I was like, Mom, I love you. Cool. She's like, yeah, just pay me back. Yeah. I'm like, all right.
Hell yeah.
So she, and now she knows that I collect Marvel Legends. So she'll be out. She'll be looking. She'll be sending me pictures. You need this Marvel Legend? I found it. I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, all right.
That's awesome.
Supportive parents are always great, I guess. Supportive.
Absolutely. You know, that's awesome, man. You got it. But you know, it's a great community and everybody is really supportive of each other. If you're not into it yet, guys, don't worry about it, or don't be embarrassed or ashamed to buy toys as a grown-ass man, because we don't call them toys, we call them collectibles.
Right.
But they're toys. But like when, you know, a lot of guys, when we were kids, like a lot of the people, you know, the toys that grown-ups collect, it's shit that they liked when they were kids. I mean, that's really all we're doing is buying nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia, getting a little bit of your childhood back.
Right. And when I was a kid, I couldn't afford to buy all these things. Like I couldn't get all this stuff, and now I can. It's basically, you don't change. You know, when you get older, it's your same brain. You're the same person. You still love the same shit. You were a little kid, you like Star Wars. You still like Star Wars. I mean, it doesn't change. And I don't know.
What a time to be a Star Wars fan. Now we are getting Star Wars shows that are better than the movies. What the fuck is going on?
Dave Filoni, baby.
What is going on? I watched Mandalorian. I'm like, man, throw Star Wars in the trash. Just give me this.
Bro. I'm telling you, it's so good.
We are so lucky to live in this day and age right now. I'm telling you.
I agree because it is really the best time for comic book fans, Star Wars fans. I mean, because up until the MCU, there was no quality comic book movies or anything.
Wait.
What? Yeah, wait. Yeah, hold on. Blade. Spider-Man.
Thank you.
We had Batman '89. Come on now.
Okay, yeah, we did have Blade. That's what I was gonna say. So
I was gonna say Blade, but yeah, Batman. See, Batman was great. '89 was great. Batman Returns was great, and then Schumacher came out and made me think that they can't do comic book movies anymore. They suck now. and then Blade was awesome.
West is, you know, tapped into Adam West a little bit too much, you know, just
And then with Blade, nobody fucking knew Blade was a comic book movie.
Like, I know, 100% on that one. They're like, Marvel, where he's a comic man.
Yeah, no one had any. So it was really, but the MCU, you know, and DC, like get these quality movies that we're getting now, like with real budgets. I mean, $1 billion movie and all this. That's awesome, dude. It is a great time. And
like the Netflix Punisher and all those series that kind of came together, and the Harlem. It was just great just to see stuff like that, and just my child in me is just like, oh yeah, let's do it. I mean, like,
and Norman Rad.
I would say that
Marvel turned into Disney.
Yeah,
It's you know, Star Wars too. Star Wars, it's Disney Star Wars and it's Disney Marvel, so it is a little different. But when you have like with Star Wars, you know, Kathleen Kennedy was running the whole thing, and it was, you know, we were getting a lot of crap, and the sequel movies sucked, and Dave Filoni is the guy that created and did the Clone Wars show.
Right.
So he came in and did The Mandalorian with Jon Favreau, and they brought George Lucas on the set. He was there giving them notes or confirming shit. Whereas before that, they didn't they didn't want anything to do with George Lucas. They changed everything that when they bought Star Wars from him, he gave them the script for the new movies. He said, this is where the story goes from there. And they were like, okay, you know, we might alter it, but we'll stick to that. They completely threw it out the window. Completely.
Like,
Fucker.
Just threw it away, completely went another direction, and made the because they thought they were just buying an IP of laser swords and Luke Skywalker, and we can just use these characters and just make whatever story we want. But they didn't realize that the story's already been set. You have to stick in the parameters of that story that's already there. You know, whereas like, you know, if you just buy the character, okay, now I own this character, I can make up stuff. Star Wars isn't really like that.
But what I didn't understand is why didn't they just do the Old Republic? Let's go back in time before the Luke and all these people were here, when the Jedis had factions and the Sith had they both had like groups, and they fought each other, wars of like saber fights and hundreds of people dying and getting chopped. I want to see that.
Yes, bro. And
come on, I want to see that.
I read a lot of the Marvel Legends books too, but Knights of the Old Republic, the video games were phenomenal. Like, dude, I would love if they did some Old Republic. And
I mean, they probably will, because they really can't go in the future anymore. Well, so maybe they'll just go right to the past. And then there was a Jedi that was a Sith Lord too. He was like half and half, like good and bad. He bridged the gap. I forget. They're talking about Keanu Reeves playing him or something. I forget what his name was supposed to be.
His name's Revan. Yeah.
Yes, and he's like this crazy badass light. Oh man, if they bring him in, I'm about to lose it. Oh man, I need that in my life. Yeah, that Star Wars
favorite. Revan's my favorite Star Wars character.
See, thank you. There he is. Yes, I want to see him in live action.
Favorite character in all of Star Wars.
Yeah, he's untouchable.
And he's never been in a movie. He's never been in a show or anything. But they said that his voice apparently was supposed to be one of the voices that Rey hears at the end of the movie that they did.
Oh, so he's dead at that point, obviously.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's long dead, but
he's long gone.
One of the first things that Kathleen Kennedy did when she said Legends continuity, all that stuff is now no longer, it's not canon. We're going a different, and so all that Old Republic stuff is all from Legends, and she de-canonized that. But Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are slowly sneaking in stuff from Legends that maybe she doesn't know, and they're peppering it into Mandalorian and stuff like that. And so I think that eventually we will get there, because like you said, there's only so much they can do with the future, and there's so much to talk about in the past. I mean,
there's because they had the Sith Lords and the Jedi Lords, and oh man, just to see, I want to see how the Sith Lords are trained. I want to see how they're picked. I want to just see that. Like, that would be interesting to see it in itself. So I would be into that.
Yeah, check these. Go read the Bane trilogy.
Pulling out the books.
Yes, if just what you were talking about, the Bane trilogy, you'll get to see the Sith Academy, the Sith Army, the Sith Lords. It's all in this.
Yes,
and that would be so dope in the movie. And that's why I don't understand. Like, there's so much great content that they could pull from and make all this stuff that I would be guaranteed it would be successful. I don't know why they're refusing to mess with it, and they want to create all this new stuff. But I don't know, man. One day, I think, the fans, the real fans that are really passionate about it, will get into being the ones that are making it. Like Dave Filoni, who is a super big Star Wars fan, like super Star Wars nerd. He made Clone Wars and all of that. So when you have someone who has a passion for the material making it, you're going to get something good out of it. And that's what I like to see. They actually they actually said that they purposely hired writers that were not fans of Star Wars, never saw Star Wars, didn't know anything about Star Wars, to make the Acolyte show that's coming. And it's
that's going to be great.
What? Get a fresh take.
All right. No, a fresh take. I don't want a fresh take on some guys that are like, oh, Star Wars, Star Trek. They're the same thing.
Thank you. Like, come on.
Get minions so they can write it exactly how they want it to be written.
Bingo.
Yeah, exactly.
A nice little batch.
There you go. That's it, man.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. So, What do we got going on this week? James Gunn responds to being called a liar on Twitter.
God, James Gunn is always responding every week on Twitter.
I know, he's like, I swear to God, I'm not gonna change anything.
Yeah. Read my lips, and then
all right,
everything.
I'm gonna change everything.
Yeah.
Like, James Gunn, dang, what do you do this week?
I know.
He said, I guess someone asked him, or someone called him a liar. He said, for years, it's been my commitment to the fans that I will never lie to them, and I never have. I'd be very curious about what it is you think I've lied about. When a fan accused him of once saying that he didn't want to run DC and he did not want to make a Superman movie, and Gunn responded by setting the record straight. He said, neither one of those were lies. He said, I was offered Superman, but did Suicide Squad instead. And a few years later, I saw how to tackle Superman, and I took it on. And he said, as for originally turning down the idea of being CEO of DC, he said that was true. He said, I didn't want to be the sole CEO of DC, but when they came forward and offered it to me and Peter, I said yes, because then I could focus on the creative side.
Right.
He
it's
said,
not just him.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, he didn't lie. But, yeah.
And I'm sure they threw a buttload of money at him, and he couldn't even say no if he wanted to.
Right. He was like, "Ooh, that check is
that much money? Okay, looks like I'm a DC guy now."
Ooh, that check's kind of looking nice and big.
Yeah, he got paid.
Absolutely, ain't nobody turning that shit down.
Yeah, no, nobody. Especially if you, they're like, here's the keys. Please save us.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all over the place over there. I didn't even know what was going on. Like, I like DC movies because it's a different tone of superhero. You know what I mean? It's kind of dark and dingy, and they're not afraid to kill people over there. And you know what I mean? So I'm like, I kind of like that.
Well, all that is gone now. Everything you just said is now not part of what Gunn's doing. All the dark, the gritty, the killing, all that cool stuff that we loved about the DC stuff, the Zack Snyder verse and all of that.
Yes,
that's what he's gonna try to make it more like Marvel. That's kind of his.
Oh no,
they really want to
more like Guardians of the Galaxy and that kind of thing. And they want.
The thing that kills me about DC is they have the best animators, hands down. The best animated movies ever. Like,
way better than Marvel.
They're just untouchable. Now, why can't they bring that noise to the big picture?
I don't know. I don't know where the disconnect. I have no idea.
They could just do scene by scene the animated series or any of the animated stuff and make it into a movie, and it'd be like top notch. Like I just don't understand it.
Like, why Suicide Squad wasn't like a beat for beat of Arkham? What was it? That animated film? It was Assault on Arkham. Why it wasn't a beat for beat of that movie? I don't understand.
That would have been that would have won Grammys. They wouldn't even know what to do.
Because Ben Affleck's Batman had just been introduced. You could have given him a little more spotlight, and then that's the draw. But then also bring in the Suicide Squad because they can't do anything without Batman's, which is fine in this case. It's fine. I'm cool with it. But just do it. Like, I don't know.
It's true. It's so true. They can't do nothing without Batman. It's sad.
It really is kind of sad at this point. Like, all the animated films that are coming out now, not all of them, but it's always a Batman film in there. It's always
a lot of Batman. Yeah.
Because it's safe. For them, that's safe. Because they know everybody loves him. He's like Marvel's Iron Man. You know what I mean? Like, he's Tony Stark's. Everybody love him. Normal guy, just a lot of money. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now he's a ninja that dresses up as a bat and beats up people at night.
I mean, what's cooler than that, dude? He's the coolest.
That is true.
He is the coolest. He's the coolest, and he's got the coolest costume. I mean, you can't go wrong.
He's a ninja. No, that's why everybody loves him. He's a ninja.
And a bat. Like, come on.
Right.
What's cooler than that? But, I get that DC has there's a lot of other stuff that could be just as successful that I'd love to see, and that they're afraid to do. But it's like Marvel and DC. It's like DC owns animation, Marvel owns live action. Marvel can't do animation for shit.
No, they can't do animation for shit. I'm like, go hire the DC guys, bro. Just go grab them.
Like, I don't get it. Why can they just never hit it on the mark? And
they can't.
Like,
I've noticed that the animation for Marvel's whack.
Marvel animated stuff that's like great. Their anime is actually really good, but like that's it.
Marvel anime, yeah.
Oh yeah, anime, yeah.
The anime Blade was phenomenal. The anime Blade, the anime.
Oh yeah, and the Punisher,
X-Men, Iron Man, Rise of the Technovore. That was really good.
Like, let's get more of that.
Yeah, they won't do that.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like when they do the American cartoons, the Marvel stuff, I just find that they're really kiddie.
Yeah, because the problem is they're trying to connect them and build them off the MCU. That's the problem. Like most of them are like straight up, just like slight continuations or variations of what's in the MCU, and that's just not very interesting. And you know, I just found it very, like you said, kiddish and boring. So I was just like, oh, good.
You're right. Came off kiddish. I agree.
Yeah, it
sucks.
It's sad because it does, and it's
because I mean, you would think with like how much popularity Iron Man has now that he did not have a decade ago. Like I thought it would translate into animation and stuff like they're doing with Batman, and that hasn't happened, which is very surprising. Even with their Moneybag Spider-Man, it hasn't really translated because they haven't done anything with them, so it's very surprising.
Well, yeah, you can see like those animated shows. What I thought was crazy is a lot of those Marvel animated shows had Marvel Legends made around them that nobody even knew, like Kid Nova. You ever see that figure? It's like Little Nova. He's a kid. Like they made him from the animated. Let me see if I can find him.
Yeah, that's cool. And so he's like short, but he's because he's a kid, but he fits the Marvel Legends. See there?
From that Ultimate Spider-Man show.
Yes.
That nobody
people were sleeping on that ship, and they were making Legends from that show.
Yeah, that is insane. Because nobody.
So what else? There was another one they made. Oh, Taskmaster from that show. Everybody didn't really like that Taskmaster. He was from that show. That's why nobody was like, he doesn't look like Taskmaster. And I was like, because you haven't watched that animated show.
Nobody watched that joint.
Not a lot of people watched that show. But they were making Legends from that show, and nobody like caught on to that. Man, kind of weird.
That's crazy. I actually didn't know that. So
see, somebody said sweet.
Yeah,
I think they made some other ones too. I was waiting for them to make Power Man because they had a really cool Power Man in that show.
Yeah,
they made Tigra.
Yes,
Tigra Girl. They made her from the show.
Oh,
yeah. Who else did they make? They made Spider-Man from the show as a kid, I think.
Okay.
I love the X-Men the animated series though. That right there is one of my favorite animated anything. And the reason I think that is so great is because it's one of the only things that pulls directly from the comics and puts it in motion.
Right.
Yeah, the movies, they always change it so much from the comics. From the source material. It's never anything. But the animated series, what was great about it is the stories and everything were right out of the comics. And they're going to be rebooting that, of course. And I really hope they realize that's what was great about that show, was that it took directly from the source material. And I hope that they keep that. As long as they keep doing that, it's going to be great.
Yeah, that would be nice. Tempo to follow for sure.
Yeah. And I would love to see the Krakoa stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you read that, but that's what kind of got me back into comics in 2019. The X-Men, House of X, Powers of X came out, and I bought those 12 comics. It was the only comics I owned. And now I own boxes of comics from those because those were so great. And like I was like, okay, well, this author that wrote these, let me find every other comic that he's done, and I bought all that, and that's how my collection started.
So that was the rabbit hole you jumped down. That was it. Like, I'm going in.
And I was buying, and I did. I bought every single mutant related title that came out from Dawn of X until about sometime about last year. I stopped. But
think about it. Where did we learn about comic books? I mean, what about superheroes? Comic books.
Right.
Yeah. So it makes sense. And now we get to hear the stories of like what's going on now in the Marvel universe and the House of M and like all sorts of crazy spin-off stories of when there's so many stories. I mean, it's insane. But like
it's so sad that they keep striking out with these Marvel movies and shows, and all they would have to do is just stick to the source material. That's all you gotta do, Marvel.
They try to, like, I haven't watched She-Hulk yet.
No.
I know, and I'm kind of like, should I watch it? You know what I mean?
I would say watch it just because you're a fan of the characters and just see what they do. There's some cool stuff. I kind of did like how they did in the finale, some of the funny stuff. But again, it's completely just funny. It's just a comedy. But
yeah, and I'm like, and then what killed it for me is I saw what they did to the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was bad. That was awful.
And I was like, yo, how could you do some iconic characters like that? How could you do them like that?
I know.
And we haven't heard a peep from him since. I don't know if they're coming back.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they're coming back after that. I'd like to see a Fatal Attraction X-Men arc. Oh, see, there we go. Some X-Men animated. So we didn't even talk about that. The X-Men animated show is coming back.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I was saying that I hope that when they bring it back, they realize what was great about it was that they pulled from the comics, and I hope they keep doing that.
Right. And now we get to see what goes on after the fact of all these years, too, of like, because I think Professor X is dead.
Well, I don't know where they're going to go. Like how?
Because he's dead. I'm pretty sure I've seen an episode. He's dead. So.
Like at the end of the last series, you mean?
Yeah, I saw an episode where they're like, goodbye.
Yeah,
I, I was like, oh, then he dies. And I do voiceovers on my Instagram, so I go through all the X-Men stuff to pull source material to do voiceovers. So I did see that. I saw him die. It was pretty sad.
Nice.
That would be going right. But the thing is, I don't know, because the original animated show did tackle some heavy and dark storylines. I don't know if the rebooted one is going to go that far.
That's what I'm worried about.
I don't even know if we'd see something to the effect of, ripping.
Well, they did deal with like race, and they dealt with like.
I mean, that's X-Men, though. I mean, I think you can't do X-Men without touching on race. I mean, that's kind of what X-Men is about.
Right. I mean, it's a different people of coming together of all walks of life. Doesn't matter what color or mutant power you have. They're your family. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's how
and even Stan Lee said that he based Professor X and Magneto on Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Right. Well, speaking of which, they did talk about somebody of African descent playing Professor X. That guy from
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah. Right. I think he'd be great.
Yeah, that's me and him.
Oh, look at that.
Me and him and my son on the right there.
Nice.
Yeah,
that dude, man.
Yeah,
he's such a talented actor. It's like
he's brilliant. Yeah. And like, I'm not against race swapping characters if the race isn't integral to the character. If it doesn't really matter what race they are, I don't have any problem with that. And he's such a great actor. Dude, I'd love to see him do that. But now they're talking about Patrick Stewart coming back, and he's talking about bringing Ian McKellen back from.
Bring him again.
No, these guys could die at any moment, and then the whole franchise will be screwed.
Exactly, and like, wasn't the whole point like the whole Fox like, let's do the X-Men Marvel style? Fox did their thing. Let's do new actors, MCU stuff, instead of trying to recreate the Fox movies that no one likes anymore.
Right, but they're still using everybody from the Fox series because that's the only X-Men that anybody knows.
I want to see a new Wolverine. I want to see someone that's short, stocky, fits the mold, looks like Wolverine. Maybe he's got, wears the costume, puts the mask on. But
I really thought the guy that plays Venom would have been a good Wolverine.
Oh,
I agree. Tom Hardy. Yeah.
I thought he would have been a perfect Wolverine.
Absolutely.
But maybe he's a little too old now.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he can't.
Yeah, as of now.
So we need a younger guy that can do 10 years of MCU.
Right.
Oh my God.
But like,
we're not going to switch him out like we did War Machine.
Oh, between movies.
He changed. He's Don Cheadle now.
Right.
He went light skin to dark real quick.
Still black.
It's true. Hey, I was bad, bro. I was light-skinned brothers. I was pissed. I was like, God damn it, we never get
I
it right.
like Terrence Howard Brody. I don't know what it was. I actually
You were
did
my
like
son too.
Brody.
I liked him. He did a good job. It's just you got two big heads, butting up against each other. Yeah, I could see why they probably butt heads.
Yeah,
but
it's like, oh, okay. Oh,
he said they could introduce Exodus and Magneto Asteroid M. Hell yeah, that'd be great.
Fuck yeah.
Edgerton guy from Blackbird.
Awesome.
They could totally do that.
Oh, from the Kingsman joint. That guy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about him as Wolverine. I don't know. I don't think I can see that. But it could be something. I don't know about Wolverine.
No, he's not. I'm afraid that that they're gonna try to pick a new Hollywood, pretty boy to play Wolverine again. Like Hugh Jackman, we got that version. Let's get the gritty, dark, animalistic, growly, fucking badass Wolverine. Let's try that. Like we did. So
we're gonna have to get another origin story. We are gonna have to get one, but we're gonna get another origin story. I hope they skip the whole origin story part.
Please, God.
Yeah, we know your backstory, bud.
Yeah,
like with the Fantastic Four, they better hop and skip and leap over their origin story.
We don't need to see that again.
We don't.
I remember that the last Fantastic Four wasn't too bad. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was kind of futuristic and cool.
You like the one with Michael B. Jordan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen it? I mean, it's all right. I don't know.
Everybody hates it. They're like, oh.
Yeah, they hated it, bro. But the Doctor Doom in that fucking series was sick as hell.
Yeah, I will say Doctor Doom was the standout.
Thank you. Yeah, that was like the only good part, though.
Dude, yeah, Doom is one of my favorite villains. I think he should definitely have been the overarching villain over Kang. Hands down.
Yeah, his arc story and the way that they show him transfer into to who he is just insane. It's
man,
he gets trapped on the planet. They leave him there, and it's insane. It's crazy.
I think since you like Doom, you'll like his parts in the movie. That's about it. Though.
Right. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
And Doom, right now in the comics, spoiler alert for Thor number 31. But Marvel is trying to kind of turn Doom into the next Thanos in the comics, and I said all the time that I think Kang is a precursor. I think the real overarching villain of the whole thing is going to be Doom. If they're smart, he'll be the guy at the end. And they're sort of making him retrace the steps of Thanos, but it's ignoring the fact that Doom is already a charismatic and established villain on his own.
Right.
But in Thor number 31, that just came out, Jane Foster and Thor sort of team up to find out who's behind the recent troubles affecting Asgard, and Valhalla is mysteriously empty and abandoned. When the two, they get to hell to investigate, they find out that the goddess of the dead, Hela, is also missing. And at the end of the issue, it's revealed that Dr. Doom is keeping Hela prisoner. And he's possibly also responsible for whatever's happening to the realms of the dead and all of that. But they got him retracing. In the previous issue, Doom appeared to be also pursuing the mysterious seventh Infinity Stone created by Odin's father, Bor, and sought also by Thanos in the past. And if the parallels were not enough already, Doom makes a whole speech to Hela about Armageddon and finality. To sum it up, Dr. Doom is after an Infinity Stone, basically made famous by Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet, has developed an interest in a goddess of the dead, just like Thanos is obsessed with Lady Death. And so that they're really bringing the parallels together. And I'm not sure if it's because they are gearing up Doom to be the next big bad or what.
Oh, I'm sure he's probably going to be one of the next villains because
I hate when they just make him a Fantastic Four villain.
Right. Than that. Yeah, well, they have to introduce him somehow. You know what I mean? That's the only.
Introduce him in Fantastic Four, but let him be the overarching villain for the whole phase. Maybe phase 6. Let's do Doom.
They could have wedged him into Black Panther. They could have just had an outshot of him looking at a screen or something.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
He would have been at the end of the second one, honestly.
Yeah. He could just show up too. He's there, Everybody knows he's there. He just hasn't shown up yet. You know, because nobody's found his little village until wait till somebody finds his village. Then we're gonna know about him.
Yeah, he's got a whole country, right? Latveria.
Yeah, he's got a whole little country. Yeah, they're gonna try to go into his country, and he's gonna show up and threaten everybody.
I mean, he's already the perfect candidate to be Marvel's next.
He's
top villain.
Powerful, though. It's like it's scary.
So, while both Doom and Thanos are complex, very layered villains who add value to any story that they're in, they are also very.
I'm always rooting for him because he's like it's my country. These are my people. You know what I mean? Like he's like the Black Panther. If you think about it, he's like he's trying to protect his people. He wants what's best for his people.
Yeah. Because Thanos, Doom never shared Thanos' fascination for death and destruction. He's a ruler. He's not a destroyer, and Doom is not, he's not evil in the classic definition of the term. He's more of an absolute egotist who has no moral compass outside his own judgment. Right. But he doesn't see himself as a villain, of course. And if Marvel wants to make Dr. Doom the next top villain, I think it should, it should not make him follow Thanos' footsteps, but rather
it'll just make you love him like Killmonger. They'll be like, "Oh, I love his mother." He's against like even Killmonger. You think about his his claim to fame. He was the head king of Wakanda, right?
Right.
He did it by the rules. He did it by combat. He beat the king fair and square, just like you're supposed to do. So he is the rightful king of Wakanda.
Absolutely.
The truth. It's sad. And he got beat up. Black Panther dude got beat up, and it's sad he got took, but that's how they roll there.
Yeah.
So that was kind of sad when I seen him when they took over. I mean, they had to take him out, but still, it was like, dude, he was liberating his people.
Right. That's it.
That's what's crazy about that dude. Like, what an arc story. That's what made that movie better.
Norton said, I'm wondering if the incursions will be a catalyst that brings the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and destroys the Avengers universe, but not sure how they will play the fish out of the water or always there, but unknown. To show how powerful Doom is, they should make him be the one manipulating Kang. Yeah. That's what I think.
Ooh,
if they were smart, they would do that. I don't think they're going to, but they should.
In the comics, Doom does manipulate Kang. Doom fucks with Kang. Yeah, he does. And so it totally works. I mean, there's I could show you comics issues where they interact and where Doom sort of toys with Kang. I mean, Kang is nothing.
Kang knows. I mean, in Ant-Man, he says he knows who he is, and he calls him Thor, so he must know of everybody.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I mean, there's
somebody must have told him.
Right.
Right. That would play out nicely.
That would be pretty good.
But they would have to start building that now. Like, don't just throw it at me down the line and like, yeah, this is it. He's done all.
Well, they threw MODOK in there, but then they already brought MODOK in earlier in the MCU.
They did?
Yeah. So remember when Captain America, what was that movie where he goes into that bomb shelter and he finds that computer that starts talking to him?
Was that Arnim Zola though, or was that? I thought that was Arnim.
Was that Arnim? Was that? I thought that was supposed to be MODOK.
No.
I guess it wasn't.
Initially supposed to be Arnim Zola.
Okay.
And then they just had him be a computer in the sequel.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is he MODOK now?
Yeah,
computer. Because that's what I thought they like mushed him into a computer, and then he was half like robotic face, and then half.
Something they would do.
Honestly, that's probably what it was in their mind. They were like, let's just mesh MODOK and Arnim Zola together.
Right. But then they killed him too because he nuked himself, right? He shot a bomb there and blew up the whole. Yeah, so
it was a nod to MODOK's origin.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh yeah, it was like
get
Arnim
that in
Zola
the movie.
was a little nod, yeah.
Because I was like, the only person that's melded with a computer is MODOK. So
right.
That makes sense. It was a nod to that. That makes more
sense.
But
he, and that's another like they giving MODOK pupils is what bothered me. Like if they would have just left his eyes white, I think he would have been fine. But he looks too weird.
Shark eyes. You need just let them bare and demonic.
Have white, solid white eyes like he does in the comics.
Oh, white eyes. Okay.
That way. Yeah. And like Thanos too. Thanos is another one. Solid.
But then you don't know what he's looking at, and it's kind of creepy.
But Thanos, I didn't mind that choice.
Thanos, it worked because he was
worked.
more.
MODOK, no.
Yeah, it's tough with MODOK. It's a giant head. You really can't get that one right.
I know, but the way that they did it,
it was bad. And the dude they picked, the dude that's already been killed off in the MCU. Actually, I guess he hasn't been killed off in the MCU because he's alive.
Right, but he was dead. Come on.
I thought he died. Yeah, I was pretty sure he died.
He was.
They said let's just retcon it a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, let's just bring him back because we can't find another fat head dude.
Yeah,
his
face wasn't right. You're right. It wasn't right.
And because that's
he
not.
He didn't have the nose for that MODOK job.
Yeah, and in the comics, MODOK has a name. He's a real scientist. He was a scientist first. He was a guy just like that, and that's not who he was. So they totally made that up.
Right? Yeah, they should have just not done that.
Made it the guy. Yeah, you could have picked a new actor and made the character fucking who he's supposed to be.
They're probably like, we're gonna give him an Easter egg, and they're gonna freak out. They're gonna love it.
Nah, buddy.
Nope,
not quite.
You were wrong.
Dead wrong, buddy.
You chose poorly.
Well, guys, that is our 2-hour mark. I don't know. I'm having fun, but I do have to get to the store before they close. But man, it was great having you on, man, and you're welcome back anytime.
Yeah, I'd love to come back on and shoot the stuff with you because I know you guys do hip hop too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can talk about my little hip hop career next time.
Ooh.
Well, listen, Monday, like I said, every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, we're doing this show live, 6:30 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So I will send you the link, and you can hop on whenever you want.
And the next time I'll try to hook up with the computer and a microphone like you got, so we can.
There you go.
So I won't be coming in and out and in and out.
Yeah. And if you turn the phone sideways though, it'll give you the full screen.
That too.
It might work.
You're gonna tell me now after all this time? You do 2 hours?
Huzzah!
Damn, yo! Look at me now. Oh yeah.
Widescreen.
All right.
So for next time.
Next time.
But yeah, man, we'll do. So guys, thank you, man, Norin Rad, everybody that's here, Diamond Onyx, everybody for watching. Say Nick Nina Fuller, thanks for the sub. Original Origin, salute. Channel Ace Spade, thanks for coming through, and everybody, man. So we'll be here Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then. Damien, hang out for a second once I go.
All right.
And that's our show, y'all. So thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Bye. Bye.